And that's it. And it's live now. One cool feature that StreamYard finally added to this is you can pause and you can start over. Like, which I'm a big fan of because I've had to do that many times. Like, even back in the TRP days, we had to, like, stop, go create a new one, then go back. Like, somebody would say something they weren't supposed to, so we have to redo it or whatever. Yeah, that's a cool feature. They keep adding stuff to StreamYard. I like StreamYard. What's up, guys? It's growing on me. This is the first official episode. Um, the one I did the other day was just me rambling. I was just kind of going through it, and I was like, "What did I talk about?" But I was all over the place, and I have a tendency of doing that. I don't think it's ADHD, but sometimes it feels like it. Um, but I just have a lot of thoughts, and they all kind of blend together. And you could ask like my buddy Caleb that I talked to at work. Like we're just all over the place, talk about everything. And yeah, so that's what we're gonna do. The only thing that like that's weighing heavy on me right now is this pimple on the inside of my nose. It's just it's just it's like right there. And then what? Like you want to like do something, then it looks like you're picking your nose. I don't know. I'm 42. Should stop getting pimples, and I don't know what's going on, but I guess it's cool. It makes my mustache move back and forth. Um, yeah, the pimple and this sudden obsession with carnivorous plants that I have. I don't know if any of you guys like have a green thumb, but my aloe plant died. My ginseng plant isn't. It's had the same leaves on it since I got it months ago. Like it's not. There's no new leaves. It's kind of like a bonsai looking little ginseng plant. It's not doing much. I don't know. It also said I need to like give it fertilizer. I'm not gonna buy fertilizer for a little house plant. I'm not doing it. Um, but I'm not gonna let it die. Um, its name is Jen. I named it Jen. It's my sister's name, but ginseng, Jen. You know. But then I was on TikTok and I saw carnivorous plants, and this it's called a sundew, and it's like just these little stringy leaves. I don't know what we would call that. I don't know, sprout, whatever. And they got little sticky things on them. And what happens is, like these fruit flies and whatever, they get stuck to it, and then the plant digests it and eats it. And that sounds really cool. So I ordered one of those off TikTok, and and then I went and I got some Venus flytraps, and um, for somebody who doesn't have a green thumb, these things are not on my level. Okay, first of all, you have to use distilled water. Are you kidding me? Like so now I go and I buy gallons of water just for these plants, and then you can't, yeah. Then I find out you can't use terracotta pots because it's like all the minerals that's in tap water, that's in terracotta. The plants absorb it and it's not good for them. So you have to be super particular about these things. And I don't know if I'm prepared for this. I think it's going to be a cool little hobby if I can get them to grow right and not die. Oh, and then full sunlight. Like I don't have a window that gets full sunlight, so now they're out on the back porch, and now they're just full of June bugs and earwigs. Like hey, plants, go ahead and eat those because I don't want to keep cleaning out the water, the distilled water. Do you know how to make distilled water? That's what I did first. I'm like, I'm not gonna buy it. I'm I'm gonna make distilled water, and I'm boiling water with a bowl that's floating in it with the lids upside down, and you put ice on the top, and then all the steam goes down and it drips into the bowl. Then all of a sudden you have, dude, this was like a big pot. This is a big pot of water. And by the time I got done, I had like 2 tablespoons of distilled water. Like, I don't, It's not feasible. So yeah, now I'm buying gallons of water, which is ridiculous. I don't know. I don't know how else to do it. Um, so that's my little rant. That's my little hobby that I got going on right now, and um, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. As long as it, eats bugs and looks cool. We'll see. Venus flytrap, sundew, and then I have another one coming that it's just a bunch of little petals that are sticky, and it just looks like a flat little what do you call it, succulent. But then there's this one purple flower that comes and sticks up out the top, which I don't know if that draws the bugs in. We'll see. We'll see. I don't know. But anyways, I'm not going to talk by myself very long this episode because we do have a guest. And I mean, I, I love doing shows with this guy. If you watched any of the other shows that I've done, I mean, he's been on all of them. He's been on all of them. So I said, well, I told him, I said, well, you're going to be the first guest. And he was overly excited. Like, he was just like calling me and messaging me all day. He was like, can we start now? Can we do this now? I'm like, no, hold on. We said we're going to do this later tonight. So, whatever. I made intros and outros also. I think I didn't have an outro last time. But, yeah, here we go. It's growing on me. This is the official International Beard Alliance podcast. With me, yours truly. I like that. It was like I had like rock music in the beginning, and I was like, you know what? This needs to be a little bit more light-hearted. Throw some, what is that, flute or something? I don't know. Anyways, guys, Deecue's here with us. Me, with us. Deecue. There he is.
Hello, hello, hello.
What's
Yeah, I like
up,
it.
man?
I like the intro music. It's cheery, like the logo is. Makes me
Yeah,
smile.
yeah, and that was it too. Like I had yeah, I think it was like the old TRP music, and it was just like it doesn't match the vibe, and yeah, we're not always rocking out anyways,
Mm-mm,
you know.
mm-mm.
I mean, we may
Can't believe
look
we're.
like it.
I can't believe we're finally starting. I've been waiting for this all day, just anxiously. I
Yeah.
haven't gotten a thing done around the house because I've been so excited on the edge of my seat.
Ooh, is it time? Is it time? Is it time? Yeah, like I said, I sat down with DJ and Rusty and did the fatherhood and facial hair thing with them earlier today, uh, and then I've been sitting around watching The Bear. Um,
I haven't
good show
started that.
on
It's
who.
on my list, though. It's on my list.
Yeah, I like it. You ever worked in a kitchen?
I did. My very first job was in a kitchen. I worked at a Mexican restaurant here in town for
Yeah.
about a year. About a year. But this was the late '80s, and I had really long hair. And at the time, a guy with hair, it was almost impossible to find a job.
Mm.
You were working in the kitchen as either a dishwasher or a cook, or you were a janitor at night working for one of the services like that. That was about it. That was about all we'd get hired for. They wouldn't hire me for a record store or anything like that. They didn't want my face out front. So
Your face needs to be out front for
it
sure.
it, it really does. It really
It
does.
should. What was that? Well, I think it's an older song, but I know Tesla. I know they did it. They're like long-haired people
Yeah.
should not apply. Yeah,
Signs. Something
signs.
called Signs. I can't remember who did. Oh, Five Man something, electrical band or something like that. I think might have done the original.
Okay,
I
that's a good
think.
jam.
I could be wrong on that. That is a good song.
Yeah, that's what made me think about that. Yeah, well, my parents had a restaurant, and I worked in the kitchen there. Um, and I worked for a chef, and so I got the whole vibe of that whole kitchen scene. And back then I thought like that is something I wanted to do, was go to culinary school and all that. That's what my email address is, still Chef Germ at, like, and then I tell people that and they're like, "Oh, you a cook?" I'm like, "No, no," but I'm too lazy to start my email all over.
Yeah. I love to cook. I mean that and my dad and mom both spent a lot of time in the kitchen and working with them, so I grew up around it and I cook. I cook all the time, so I love to do it. But could I do it professionally? No, because I don't think most people will eat what I make.
Uh, yeah, I like to cook. I just don't ever have groceries. That's my biggest problem. Is I
Well,
don't go grocery shopping, and when
you
I
had
do go
pickles. You
grocery
had
shopping,
pickles
I
for like
don't
2 years.
I, I I don't have all the ingredients. So like I might have stuff to make something, but I don't have all of it. So then I don't
Yeah.
make it, and then I don't know. My refrigerator's empty as shit right now. There's condiments and pickles.
You know, because you don't have the Okie pickles anymore, do you?
No, no, they stayed. They I threw them away. I mean, it wasn't easy. It was the last thing I threw away when my refrigerator went out. Even like days of my refrigerator just sitting in there and it all being hot and everything. It was They were still in there pickling. That's the thing. I like They just keep pickling, right? I mean, like I don't see how they go bad if they're in brine like that.
They just get. It's like wine. They just get better.
Yeah. Yeah. I had some fine aged sandwich sliced pickles from Okie 2022.
22. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Okie, man. That's well, we've been talking about club meetups and getting that going again.
Yep.
Yeah,
Starting to get the ball rolling on that conversation.
we need to, man, because that's so fun. I mean, meeting up in person is the best.
Hmm.
Um,
We were
that
talking about it. We were talking about it the other night, and Travis, my VPs, made the comment. He came into the club just a month or two before that Okie we're talking about down by you, and he
mm,
made the trip, and he said that was what sold him on the club. That trip. I mean, it was he had that much fun getting to meet everybody, and it's huge. They're great.
ooh, I just got chills, man, because it was the same thing for me. Like when I first joined, I wasn't very active. I missed promotion calls. Like I almost didn't I almost didn't stick with it. I mean, like I was in the part of the beard community and all that stuff, but then it was that first Okie meetup that we had. Um, Drove all the way down to Kentucky and getting to meet everybody, and yeah, it's what sold it for me. And even when we went to Chicago, what was that? That was in April.
Yep.
And met up with Beans and them.
Yep.
Like just seeing you guys face to face. Is I love it.
Yeah, you made the trip up here to Wisconsin in the or when was that for that lit beard competition? Forgot what month that was. That was
Flannel
before. That was yeah, Flannelpalooza. So that was like February or something. I think
February.
February or March maybe. It
Yeah,
was chilly.
it was so cold. It was so cold. Yeah, yeah. Steven who came with me, he's like, "You're shaking like a leaf." I'm like, "I'm 135 pounds and it's so cold."
That's right, because we a couple of our guys had done the polar plunge that morning too.
Oh god,
Yep.
yeah. Forget that. I mean, the probably wasn't that cold. Like, if you get that cold and then it probably wouldn't have been as bad. But yeah, forget a polar plunge, man. Those guys are nuts. But yeah, I'll make a trip to go see, yeah, to do stuff, if it's feasible. And like I said, I'd be happy hosting another event over here, or if if we can find a good central location for like a nor'easter Midwest mid. I don't understand why this is called the Midwest. Or more east than anything, but I think you're Midwest.
We're considered Midwest, but we're the flyover states.
Flyover states.
Hmm.
Yeah. But yeah, if we can find a good central location and get a lot of people to show up,
Yep.
yeah, I'm there.
That's the
I
plan. I mean, we've even discussed possibly having two of them simultaneously, an east and a west coast type thing, or so we can get some of the guys from Canada to come down. And
yeah. Yeah, Canada. I've had Matt and Anna Marie here. They came down for Okie.
yep, that's right,
Yeah.
they did, didn't they?
Yeah, that was cool. Like, can we crash? Of course you can. Mikasa, Sukasa, anybody can come crash here. Anytime. I'm trying to. I mentioned to the Indiana guys about doing something, like maybe just a camping trip or something. And I know we had talked about that, well, before the split, about the next Okie being like an Ohio camping trip,
Yep,
and
I remember that.
yeah, something like that would be cool. You know, Probably be cheaper for a lot of people too.
Hmm.
So, you guys, uh, the hell? Have you guys in Wisconsin done anything lately?
Oh, let's see. Meetup wise, we haven't had anything for a while except a couple of small things here and there. We are doing the in September. We're doing the 9/11 stair climb
Oh,
at Lambeau Field. So we're going to do that, and then afterwards, we have Grady, our old chapter VP. He does his crawfish boil, which is going to be that same day. So it'll kind of be our informal type Wisconsin meetup at that. Um,
that's cool. The isn't the field like right behind your somebody's house? Like,
I'm about 5 miles from it, maybe. I'm about 5 or 6 miles from it. I don't think we have.
I thought it
No,
was
we don't
like
have
like
any. We don't have any Green Bay guys that are that close. Grady's probably the closest, and he's in Ashwaubenon, which is right where Lambeau is. So
okay.
he's probably the closest.
I thought I remembered something about like somebody living really close to it or something. Yeah, man, you guys have some weird named cities up there. Yeah, even the one that yeah, where Flannelpalooza was at. What was that?
Wauwatosa.
Yeah, wow, what those?
It's funny. You'll go down to and maybe they do this at other events too, but I know go down to a Milwaukee Bucks game and they'll take some of the newer players and they'll put them up on the jumbotron and they'll give them a list of like 10 different Wisconsin cities and have them try and pronounce the names.
Yeah, yeah. I know. Just driving through there, I was like, "What? What is this? Where am I?" Yeah, and I've been at yeah, my son's up there too, so I went up there
Yep.
one time to visit him, and uh, he's expecting a child. Um, so uh, Grandpa Germ over here.
Sure.
Yeah.
And,
So
and
my first.
we've officially stopped harassing him to be in the club. So
I was just I was just looking through when I was messaging him. I think it was around Father's Day, and I happened to like scroll up, and he was like, "Well, these guys keep asking me if I want." I'm like I told him to, and whatever. You got a beard. It's just weird. I'm like, okay, it's not for everybody, but you know, a lot of people don't really understand, the whole idea behind the Beard Club. You know what I mean? Like,
mhm.
a lot of people think, like, oh, I don't even use anything. It's like, well, it's not about products. We're not, it's has nothing to do with that. It's quite the opposite, man. Um, But like I said, it's not for everybody. Although I've been trying to recruit a lot of people at the bar lately because I'm always complimenting everybody with a beard. This guy, he works at an appraisal place. And the other, this was actually on the when I was working. When I came in, he was like, "That's a great beard." I'm like, "No, that's a great beard." He's like, "No, you have a good beard." I was like, "No, you have a good beard." But he's got like the whole Santa Claus look, man. He's got long white hair, long white beard, and he was fat. So I don't know. I'm just talking. I'm just rambling here. What's looks like a nice day over there
It's
in
beautiful out today.
Wisconsin. Yeah.
It's beautiful out today. Um, Got a little muggy. We're supposed to have a chance of rain tonight, but I don't think it's going to hit anymore. At least up here, it's not.
Dude, it was like 85 today.
It's
Um
about what it was here.
and then like this really light sprinkle came through and now it's like 70 and perfect. Yeah. It's really nice out. Good day to work if I was working, but I'm not. So I got a hell of a tan. Some sweet tan lines going though.
Ah, yes, the famous germ mailman tan lines.
Yep, I show that off all the time. Eh, yeah, you can't tell if I'm wearing socks or not. I was watching myself on the ring camera walking around barefoot today, and I couldn't tell if I had socks on or not. It's pretty bad. The watch line's pretty good. Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, I love it. Not really. Um, are you a plant guy? Did you hear about
I
my
am.
carnivorous plant thing?
Yeah, I did, and I was listening to that. It's funny because I'm sitting outside here and I'm looking as you're telling that story. I'm looking at the remnants of the garden I've tried to grow the last 3 or 4 years, and I fail at it. I can't grow anything.
No.
I can't. I've killed cactuses.
That's yeah, yeah. Um, I have one plant that's doing great, and it's fake. It's this fake tree that's yeah. It, but yeah, that's it. I tried
Have
a garden.
Have you named your Venus flytrap?
Well, I got to see if they're gonna if they're gonna live because yeah. So like I was saying, distilled water, sunlight. But then I go and I put them outside, and the distilled water evaporates. So then it's like, what the hell, man? So, but you put the pot in a bowl of water, and they just, you know, they like that swampy, you know,
Oh, I
always.
see.
Yeah, they I guess they grow in like North Carolina in swampy, boggy type conditions. So so then I found out I was using the wrong kind of dirt. Well, I was using like a peat moss, and you're supposed to use this safagan, I don't know, some kind of moss. So I repotted them, and then a customer of mine, I delivered his mail, and then I just happened to look over, and he's got two big bowls, one full of Venus flytraps and one of the pitcher plant, which is also carnivorous. It's like it's like this, and bugs go down into it, or whatever. And the plants look great. And he came outside, and I was like, dude, these, you know. So he schooled me, and he told you can't use terracotta because it'll pull the minerals out of the pot.
Okay.
Like, so plastic or glass only. So I had to repot everything, and if they live, I will name them. But right now, no. I I tried to garden, and I jammed everything in there, dude. Like this was like like not even 10 by 10 part of my yard. And I had corn, cucumbers, hot peppers, uh, bell peppers, just so much stuff in this small little. And the soil here is so sandy that when the ground got wet, it's just really compact dirt. So the roots aren't able to, So then I'm like, so then I tried tilling it, compost, all these different things, and then there's an invasive vine uh, along my fence, honeydew, maybe I think it was called honeysuckle. Um, those roots grew into my garden and were just taking all the nutrients away. Yeah, dude, it was
Mhm.
every every plant produced like one vegetable.
Yeah,
You know.
that's about what I got too. But I was excited for that one vegetable each
Yeah,
time. Like,
yeah,
oh, I got a cherry tomato.
yeah.
Look at me.
Cherry tomato. God. Yeah.
We're, we're having a
I
salad
decided.
tonight.
Yeah. Boop. Yeah, dude. Yeah, nothing. I did like 8 different kinds of super hot peppers, and each plant, yeah, I got like one or two. Um, one cucumber, corn didn't grow. I don't even know. It was pretty ridiculous. So I've decided at this point, like if I ever do it again, it's going to be in a raised bed,
Yep.
and that way I can kind of control the soil a little bit more and put it in a better spot. And so, but right now I'm fighting with these moles um, in my yard. It's kind of a that's my other obsession right now is these moles tearing up my yard.
I had a problem with them a few years ago, but I haven't since then. I don't know. I bought some weird little cone shaped thing that you dropped in one of their holes. You
And it
snipped off an end,
buzzes.
and you no.
Oh,
This was just some type of a food or something. It was like a little pellets, and you snipped off the end of this cone and you dropped it in one of the holes, and it stayed there for like 2 weeks, I think it was. And then by then he pulled it out and it was empty, and they had I don't know. There's probably like 7,000 dead mole bodies all over underneath my ground, but they
oh.
take it back to their den or whatever and feed it to their kids. And
Okay. Okay. It's pretty dark. I like it.
it is.
Um, I have 2 different kinds of traps, and these these things tunnel around them. Like, it's pissing me off. I'm like, okay, cool. Here's a new tunnel, and I put a trap right there. One the spikes come down. The other one, there's like scissor type things that are supposed, I guess, chop it. But the moles tunnel around them. I'm like, come on, these clever sons of bitches. And then I put both traps next to each other, and tunneled around both of them. And then there was this huge pile of dirt. Like they were like, yeah, screw you. And I give up. Oh yeah, and then these vibrating things. Uh, it's got a solar thing on top, and it it buzzes like every minute. Bzzz, bzzz, and it says it's supposed to cover like 1,700 square feet. They're tunneling right next to it today. Right next to it. So, so I got these buzzing dildos out in my yard with these traps and all this. Like, I don't,
And there's a big conference room filled with moles just laughing at you now.
yeah, yeah, dude. And they're coming from all over the place. All the empty lots next to me, and they're coming from next door, and I'll sit out there with a shovel, like seriously, like waiting for if I see a new tunnel movement, because I go out there and smash them down a couple times a day. And if I see that there's been movement there, I'm sitting there with a shovel, just ready to just dig it up. I dug up 8 one year, doing that. Just
And I'm the inhumane one for poisoning them.
well,
You're chopping them in half and shoveling them.
the trap is that's what the trap's made for.
That's what the trap does.
Yeah, I uh, I kind of want to get some like poison or something like you said, but I don't know, diesel, you know.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah. So, well, and that's another thing too. Somebody said bury dog turds in their tunnels. So then I'm out here scooping Diesel's poop up and putting it in the mole tunnels and burying it. I don't know. Anyways, it's obnoxious. So I know you guys got some stuff going on with your chapter. We'll go back and talk about some club stuff here.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, we officially got our, it's been about 2 months now that we got our 501c3.
yes.
Yeah, that was really exciting. Our treasurer, Anthony Top Gun, he is lights out. I went on the ruck walk with him last year, and we were talking on the way, and he kind of laid out his expectations for what he wanted to do with this 501c3 moving forward. And it was light years about beyond what I was thinking. I had an idea of what we were going to do or what kind of things, but his took that to the ninth degree. I mean, some of the things he said, I'm like, okay, maybe, but I mean, I don't even know if that's possible. So, but we kind of listened, and our board met, talked to him, and the more and more he talked about it, the more infectious it became with us. So yes, we got our 501c3 2 months ago. We branded the 501c3 as the Wisconsin Bearded Brothers Incorporated. That right there. The name is now trademarked. The logo is trademarked.
Nice.
One of the things Anthony brought up was, and this is the more we discussed it, it made sense. Some of the most, or actually most of the most successful 501c3s have a central charity that they support, that they
Okay.
run, or what have you. I guess the example I kept using was the Toys for Tots. That is run by, it's a specific charity rather than branching yourself out. It's easier to go to an organization or to a business and say, this is what we do. This is where all your money's going. So the more and more we talked about that, the more and more it made sense to us. And this doesn't take away from a lot of the work we do as the IBA in regards to Ruck 22 and the food drive and stuff like that. But we wanted to come up with a central thing that works for us. So the last 2 years in Wisconsin, we've done our adopted Christmas families that we've done. At the holiday times, we've adopted families. It's always been on the western parts of the state over in Vernon County. We've adopted families over there, raised the money, bought them Christmas gifts, bought them holiday gifts and stuff that wrapped them. We would have a meetup in the beginning of December. We'd wrap all the gifts, and then Louis would bring them over to the county and they'd drop them off for us. So we've done that fairly successfully the last 2 years without a 501c3. So it made sense for us to say, hey, what if we focus starting in January and do all year long? We run golf outings, we run bike rides, we run food stands. We do this and that all year long, starting in January. Then come the fall, we adopt 5 families this year. Next year, we adopt a dozen families. Then we expand it across the entire state. The more and more it grows, the bigger and bigger we can get. And it also gave us the opportunity in this to, because, the charity, the going door to door, so to speak, to get donations and stuff like that, it's not for everybody. It's hard to do.
Mm-hmm.
So this also gives us the opportunity for the guys and girls, the families, the kids, to pitch in as well. They can do the shopping when it comes time to buy gifts. We're going to expand it to include decorating, possibly cutting down trees for these families, and as well providing holiday meals. So
Okay.
we'll get the turkey and all the trimmings or whatever they want, and supply the families with a meal here and there too. And our goal, I mean, and this is what Anthony told me last September at the Ruck Walk, and I kind of laughed him off, is to have somewhere down the road, a few years down the road, is to have dozens, possibly even hundreds of families that we can expand this to and just keep helping. And if we're working on this the entire year, he's not wrong. I think we can. It's something we can easily do. So we decided that was what we were going to run with. We came up with a name for that. That is going to be we've unofficially adopted the Forward logo here in Wisconsin. It's one of our state mottos. So we expanded on that and called it our Forward 365 program. Basically, 365 days a year, we are going to be collecting and doing things to help families at the holiday season that can't otherwise support themselves. So that's where we're going, and it's exciting. The guys in the chapter are really excited. We haven't officially announced it. This is our official announcement, I guess you'd say, that we haven't really talked about it except in the chapter. We're going to come to our socials here probably in the next week or so and put it on there as well. But it's exciting. We're excited. We're extremely excited to kick this off and start going with this. I think it's going to be huge.
It's definitely going to make things a lot easier and open more doors, and that's awesome. And I say that open a lot of doors, like if you officially have your 501(c), then like you can do more. It's not just kind of helping out. It's the real deal.
Yeah, there's quite a bit, and that's, like I said, I give Anthony so much props, and he's probably going to sit this and start crying again because he has done so much to get this thing running, and he understands so much about it. He's teaching our board as we go along and telling us, here's what we can do, here's what we can't do. There's all kinds of odd things. We can become notary publics. We can join our chamber of commerces in our community, stuff like that, because now we sit on the board of a 501(c)(3). We can actually join the chamber of commerce and work with other local businesses to do that type of stuff. So there's so many levels to this now that having this 501(c)(3) is really open for us. And I'm excited. Wisconsin is, I keep saying Wisconsin, but this is a club thing. This is, I don't mean to take away from everything, but we are extremely excited to be at the front of this and keep moving. And then once we start to get our feet wet, help out the other chapters to get their 501(c)(3)s and follow along and do exactly what we're doing. Because I think right now it's just us in California, I believe, are the only two chapters with our 501(c)(3)s.
Yeah.
And they're just as big of a chapter as we are too. So those guys are doing some great things over there.
Yeah, they've done a lot of cool stuff with like the buddy benches and Christmas stuff. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, and you'll definitely be able to help other people and understand, to make sure that they get the right one, I think. You know what I mean.
Yes, I do.
So yeah, just ensuring that everybody does it right, and yeah, that's cool. I'm excited for you guys. You guys have a great chapter. Yeah, I need to get something going in Indiana for sure. Yeah, I don't know. Easier said than done sometimes, though. But I still have your Christmas card sitting right here. Old Christmas card.
Oh yeah, the BRBC ones, sure.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyways, what about like beard competitions or anything like that? Have you guys? Flannelpalooza.
We had Flannelpalooza that we helped out with. Right out in Vernon County, where we did the toy or the Christmas drive the last 2 years, they are running. I can't remember the name of it. It's their whatever bicentennial or whatever, their anniversary of their community. So they are running some type of a festival in the fall, and they had reached out to Louis because they knew him through the working with the county, they reached out specifically to him to help them set up a beard competition
Oh,
out over there. So he is working with them to get that all set up. It's not officially run by us or anything, but it is another one that we're going to help out with. So we're doing that. Like I said, we've got the stair climb coming up at Lambeau. And now that we've officially kicked off this Forward 365 program, then it's going to be a matter of coming up with a handful of small things here and there to raise some funds for this year. So we're just getting our feet wet.
yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Man. How many guys do you have in your chapter? Ish.
50, around 50,
What?
51.
What?
Yeah.
God. Well, you guys got cards going out in lit boxes and
Well, we don't have
I
them
mean,
anymore because we had them going out for the longest time, and the lit boxes did great for us. We don't anymore because they're still the old club's cards.
okay.
We want to have some new. We don't want to have some new ones printed up for them. We just haven't gotten to it yet. But you're right; those were huge. I would say we probably got easily a dozen guys just off lit cards, and that's not just Wisconsin. I think we've gotten one or two from other states as well because he was putting those everywhere, I believe. So
Yeah. Yeah, that's awesome. Lit's awesome.
yeah, he's a good guy. He's a great guy, and another chapter guy. He is a Wisconsin guy. So
Yeah. Yeah, I got one of their ticket things just sitting right up here. Oh. Yeah. Definitely a big fan of Lit Beard Company and their products. And have you dabbled with any new products?
I just tried Copper Johns for the first time.
How'd you
That would
like
have
that?
been. I liked it. I like their butter. Oil is okay, I guess, but I love their butter. I got their barber shop, and which I love that scent profile. I like that clean shaving cream type of smell in a way. I love that
Talc.
smell. Yep.
Yeah.
So I got that. I just put in an order because the guys from Beard Mana are back now.
Mm-hmm.
They just relaunched, I think, last week. So I just put in an order for some of their stuff again because I always liked Beard Mana.
Yeah. Chad and Scott.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, Chad's an Indiana guy. He's not with us anymore, in the club at least. But yeah, I saw that and it looked like they had a big lineup of
There's quite a few on
products.
there. Yeah. There's quite a few. They didn't bring
So
back my favorite because they still have their November Rain was still one of my absolute favorite scents of all time, period. Loved that scent. I wish they'd bring that back.
I had like 3 of them, but they're so bad now though. They're just sitting up on the shelf. God, all my oils are going bad. I can't use them quick enough, but then I just keep buying them. So especially like Live Bearded. As soon as Live Bearded comes out with another scent, I'm just like, dude, my whole shower, it's just full of wash and conditioners of every single live bearded scent, and then Detroit lit, um, yeah, and a couple other ones. I can't use that much. I don't know what I'm doing. It's stupid.
And
I
yet you
have
keep
no
doing it.
I have no shelf space in my bathroom in my shower because they're all full of beard wash and conditioner. So yeah, whatever. Something to waste my money on. Um, I should just start giving some of it away. I give the bad stuff away, maybe.
There you go.
I don't know. Do you wash your beard daily?
I wash daily, yes.
Do you?
Wash daily and condition every like once, maybe twice a week.
depending on how much like I sweat at work, but I've kind of done the opposite. So like I'll condition more than I wash.
Okay.
Yeah, so I've tried that, and I don't know, it looked pretty good.
I changed my
So
routine up quite a bit actually because I did 2 months ago. One of the local libraries was doing a men's, or I should say men's health, just a seminar on how to type things, and I was asked to do a presentation about men's beard care.
oh,
So Anthony from Lit sent me a bunch of free samples to give out and stuff like that. So I was doing some research along there, watching videos and stuff to see, so I had some talking points and stuff like that. And actually, I changed up my routine a little bit from the way I was doing it. And so it's been about 2 months now, and I like it. It's helped me because I was never doing anything at night. Period. I would go to bed, and I'd brush my hair like a little girl for 50 strokes or whatever, but that'd be about it. But now I actually put some product in it before I go to sleep, and then I'll brush it out, and it's made a big difference for me. So I'm pretty happy with that.
okay. Well, I mean, like butter, leave-in
I put
conditioner.
I no, I put butter in at night.
Okay,
I put a butter in at night.
that's the only time that I will do it. Which is another thing. I have all these butters that I don't use because I don't wear it during the day because I feel like it just adds like volume and
Okay.
so then I'll use it at night or I'll use like a leave-in conditioner. Yeah, but that's it. I'm not a balm guy.
No.
Uh, I just that's just like too heavy for me, I guess.
Yeah. Lit's about as close as I'll get to a balm. He uses a little bit of I think he uses a little bit of wax in there, but not too much. Where you get
Yeah.
some that's just a little too heavy for me. I don't like that. I don't like the jelly either. I tried a jelly once and I didn't care for that.
Bossman's jelly, the oil, whatever. It wasn't bad. I love the scent. I love the fragrance of. It was like a leather one, and um, it's definitely different. It's definitely different. The reason I got rambling about products here is Vinny with Rebellious Beer Care. He uh, he lost the recipe for his butter, and he thinks he figured it out. So he messaged me today, and he was like, "Have you tried my butter?" I'm like, "Yeah," and he's like, "Well, I'm gonna send you some, so if you could tell me if you like it, what you think." And I said, "Well, I actually have some of your butter, so I can compare the two, and so he's gonna send me some cine roll, which is yeah, yeah,
Uh huh.
cine rolls, man, God, that stuff smells so good.
City Roll and his white maple bourbon. I love that one too. Of his
Well, what? I never even heard of that one.
white maple bourbon stogie or something like that. I think it is. That's the only butter I have. That's the only butter I have is this white maple bourbon, and I loved. I traded him. I made some hot sauce for him and traded him some hot sauce
Oh,
for a
fair.
butter and an oil in that.
Hell yeah. Um, I was a big fan of their Narco lineup, which I know
Yep.
Emo had his a part in. Um, yeah, leather. I love leather. My Sensi burner right now has weathered leather in it. Smells like Wilson's Coat Factory in here. It's pretty nice. But you got anything else you want to talk about with the club or your chapter or anything?
I think we covered everything in Wisconsin wise. It just I'm excited to see some of the things we've been chatting about with the chapter board guys and stuff like that in regards to things to light some fires and get some excitement going here in the club. Friday night calls have been great the last few weeks. I think this week was slow because of the holiday, but the
Yeah.
Friday night calls have picked up. Guys are getting excited about that. We're advertising it a little bit better. We're doing stuff like that. The beard competition was great. I think that went over really well. So there's a lot of things club wide. I see Georgia just kicked off Georgia just kicked off a fundraiser this morning, I believe.
Okay.
Um, I, I won't talk about it because I can't remember. I don't want to screw it up, but I think it's
Yeah.
something to do with children's backpacks, if I'm not mistaken, backpacks for school.
Okay.
Don't. So they just kicked that off this morning. So uh, Scotland ran one, Oregon ran one. I know I'm missing others that are still doing them. West, one of the Canadas, Canada West is running the scoliosis one at the same time.
Okay.
So there's a lot of chapters that are jumping on board and starting to do some things again, which is really exciting. You know, it took us a couple of months to get our feet wet after the rebrand, but I think things are picking up. Things are looking bright in the IBA right now, which is awesome.
Yeah. Now that the dust has settled,
Yep.
and I mean, it's pretty chaotic in the beginning, and um, yeah, now I think people are where they're supposed to be, and chapters are, if they're not already formed, they're forming, and boards are
Mhm.
being filled, and so we start doing things. We got the national boards now.
Yep.
Um, so yeah, I look forward to seeing what everybody gets to do. And like I said, I got to get the ball rolling with Indiana myself. Get us doing something.
Yeah, because we got a handful of guys in Illinois now too. Um, so between you know the lower portion of Michigan, Indiana, Wisconsin, Iowa, Iowa over there's got a good half dozen guys at least, if not more than that.
Hmm.
Um,
Yeah,
got a
yeah, and
lot of
hopefully
guys in
we've.
this.
Go ahead.
We got a lot of guys in this general area that we could all group together and do something, do some smaller meetups in between some of
Mm,
these bigger things and get some stuff going.
yeah, yeah, we could always do that. And just the meetups in general. Yeah, I'm looking forward to. So, well, yeah, dude. Well, look, I appreciate you coming on here and hanging out. It's
Of
always
course.
good to see you and have you on. You're a fan favorite. Maybe it's just me. I don't know, but like
Oh, I'm pretty sure they all love me. I think they all do.
yeah, yeah.
If this was live right now, there'd be applause. I think. Pretty sure. Pretty sure there would be.
The comment section would just be overflowing with
It
just
would. So
nonstop.
it's good we're not live because we wouldn't be able to keep up.
Yeah, StreamYard would shut down, and like you can't have this guy on here anymore, man.
No, I'm
So
happy. I'm excited to get this the podcast rolling again because we talked about it last week. We pitched it around on the international level to come up with a name, and you guys did a fantastic job with the logo. I think that looks great. I love the name. I think the more and more I say it, it's
it's growing on you.
it's there you go.
um, I was talking to Rusty about that earlier, and I was like, "You got pretty obnoxious with some of your suggestions there, bud." And like all the postal references, special delivery, backdoor delivery, touch my package, and all these things, and I was using Chat GPT, just like beard puns, beard podcast names, and with Alliance, with Phoenix, and all these things, and then I remembered that joke where, like, and I've heard it before. Somebody's like, I'm growing my beard out. I like it. It's really growing on me. And so that's what I was thinking. Oh, it's growing on me. Oh, that's kind of like the little bit of a play on words, double meaning type thing that I was
Mhm.
looking for. Um, and I think I need this. Doing this again, I enjoy doing it. Um, and I'm going to use all the past shows that I've done, and experience, and kind of combine them into what this is going to be. A little bit of Rebel Wednesday, a little bit of TRP, a little bit of Germ Unleashed, and stay a club based podcast.
I'm
So
sorry I set the bar so high with your first episode, though. I mean,
I'm sorry for everybody else who has to follow
I'm,
you now.
everybody else. I apologize to everybody else who follows, but it's just.
Yeah.
I'm sure they will be equally as good.
That's not a tick, is it? I think I have a tick on me, dude.
Looking. I don't like where you're
It's
looking.
on my
Where's
foot.
That tick? Okay.
Oh, I can't. It's too dark in here. All right, I gotta handle this. I don't know. I don't know if that's a scab. Oh, where did?
Now you lost it?
Okay, I think it's just a scab. Fuck. I mean, I'm walking through yards every day and stuff, and yeah, it happened. Oh, now it's bleeding excessively. I got to get off here.
No, just that's probably our cue.
Yeah, that's our cue. Yeah. So once again, dude, thanks for coming on and hanging out.
Anytime.
I appreciate
Anytime.
it. Anytime. All right then. Once a month. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, I'm happy for your chapter and all you guys. Like I said, you're doing great stuff. I'm looking forward to all 365 days of moving forward, going forward, Wisconsin forward. Yeah, all that good stuff. So everybody else, thanks for tuning in, listening, and watching. Yeah, we'll be on Spotify. We'll be on YouTube. The same channel. If you're already subscribed to the old channel, you're already subscribed to this, and that's it. So, thanks, Deecue.
Of course, anytime, bud.
All right. Good night, everybody.
Night.
Or good morning, or good afternoon, whenever you listen to this. Whatever. Bye.